Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It is CLX Foundry Live, where we dive deep inside somebody's build and put it together from the ground up. I'm your host, DJ Blue PDX, and joining me live from our studios in Wichita, Kansas, it is our lead technical expert, Paul Steffens, and our master builder, Zach Killingsworth. Gentlemen, boy, have we got a fun one today. But before we do that, I just want to throw out some rules. Everybody, guess what? We've got codes. They will be posted in the chat. And there's many different ways you can get codes. You can watch the live streams, always helpful. You can also check out our socials. That is on YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and Threads at CLX Gaming. You might find some inside of our Discord at discord.gg/CLX Gaming. You also find them on my streams. So, with that being said, I know that coat is ridiculous, Ben Shushan. So, we've got a project for Lonnie in Colorado, and I know I really, really want one, to be fair. What are we putting in this beast? We are working on it here. Everybody, just give us a second. Want to hear a joke? Why did the chicken cross the road? No, I'm actually legitimately asking, why did the chicken cross the road? Because I don't know. We're back. Not yet. So, who's got big plans for Halloween? It's coming up in just 10 days. I can't believe we're already this far into 2025. And boy, what a year it's been.
It's been wild. It's been a wild year.
Yeah.
All right, so back to our Horus Master here. Starting out with our processor, we've got the Intel Core Ultra 9 285K. To cool that, we've got the Fantex Glacier 1 360 AIO. For our motherboard, we've got the MSI Pro Z890-P with Wi-Fi on board. And for our memory, we've got 2 sticks of G-Skill 32GB DDR5 6000 speed. So a total of 64 gigs of very fast memory in the system. For our storage drive, we've got a Samsung 1TB 990 Evo Plus, very fast and about 2 drive there. And for our video card, we've got an RTX 5070 Ti from Zotac. We also have a sound card in this build, a network card. We've got 10 of our GameDS Aeolus M2 fans, and our power supply is going to be the GameDS 850 watt Helios P2 80 Plus Gold.
There we go. That's quite the list. I love it. So we're going to get started on this. It's going to be fantastically fun. Don't forget that giveaway is going to be for the Oracle, and it's so awesome. It's a great design. Absolutely spectacular. Let's see here. Does Zach usually put music on when he builds off stream? Zach?
Bye, bye, bye.
He listens to specifically New Kids on the Street. No.
What?
NSYNC. There we go.
Come on, DJ.
I don't know.
Bye, bye.
I really did not get into much of the boy band things. There's some, yes,
you
but
missed out.
We were into the boy band.
But
The Hanson brothers?
But you have to understand,
Oh my gosh.
I was around in the 90s when it was nothing but boy bands.
What about 98 Degrees, Nick Lachey?
Yeah. Oh God.
He was cute.
His life went downhill the minute he married that lady.
That nice lady.
Jessica Simpson. Wow.
Chicken is of the sea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chicken.
Belle Biv DeVoe. Like, there's a whole ton of things. The cast of CLX would be a great boy band. Tashio's in the house. What's up over there on the green side? Welcome in.
Is AC/DC considered a boy band?
Hell yeah.
I'd consider that a boy band.
AC/DC was the beginning of dad rock.
I'd consider
butt rock.
Slipknot
Well,
to
that
be
was
a boy band as well.
Slipknot's definitely a boy band.
Well, that's a band. Here's the difference between a band and a boy band.
They dress up and dance.
No.
Jackson
They
5
all
wasn't
the-
a boy band.
True.
And the boy band is because all the members of the band sing.
Oh. Okay.
That's why it's a boy band. So like
Elton
One Direction
John
is a boy band.
True.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. We haven't even talked about that board yet.
Tom Petty's
All
boy
right.
band. Oh yeah.
All right, so let's talk about this board. It is an MSI Pro Z890. We're getting just higher and higher with these build numbers. It's an 890p Wi-Fi. Taking a look at it from the top to the bottom, it's got a great color assignment to it. But at the very top, we have got our flash CMOS button, and then of course down below there's our Thunderbolt 4 40 gigs Type C. So that means if you're going to use a hub or anything like that, plug it in there because that's going to get the bandwidth that you'll definitely need. Down below that, we've got our HDMI and display port, plus we've got and then next to it, the little round thing, that's called a serial port. It's for legacy mouse and keyboard. I don't know if there's anything else that plugs into it. Other than that, we've got USB 2s. We've got the USB 5 gig Type A, and the 10 gig Type C, and then a 10 gig Type A. Plus your antennas and your sound. There we go. So, Paul Bodine's like boy bands. Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
All right. Now, as far as processors go, as you mentioned, he installed an Intel Core Ultra 9 285K. Paul, what can you tell me about this processor? And what does the 285K mean?
So that is a 24-core, 24-thread processor. It's the new awesome line from Intel. We've got 8 performance cores and 16 efficiency cores. Has a base speed of 3.7, and it will boost all the way up to 5.7. So very fast processor.
Damn.
These things are very efficient. The Ultra 9 is obviously top of the line, so gaming, streaming, editing, whatever you want to do with this thing, you're going to be able to do no problem.
That's fantastic. It's got this kind of a stormtrooper look. You know, you've got the gray and black on the PCB, but you've got these giant white coolers and heat sinks, which is fantastic. All right, now, Zach, explain what you're doing, because some people might not know, but if they may not have been to the show yet. So if you do, welcome. So he's gonna be putting on a bracket. Go for it.
Paul just opened up our liquid cooler, and inside the liquid cooler came a plethora of accoutrement for our liquid cooler. We want to make sure that we select the right stuff, AMD or Intel, and then we want to make sure that we select the right standoffs within that, and just want to make sure everything is right. Check user manuals if need be, and you should be good to go.
This one's a little more
Standoffs
complicated than the others. So same general ideas, backplate, right? Pretty much every Intel one has a backplate. AMD uses the one that's built in on the board, but
I thought standoffs were in the actual case. So these are also considered standoffs?
Correct.
Yep,
Just a different type,
just different.
or just a
Yeah.
different purpose.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, as far as AIO goes, we're going to be using a Fantex Glacier 1360. I have a white version of this, and it's a fantastic cooler. But if anybody here is confused as to what an AIO is, let's go ahead and chat about that. Paul?
So an AIO stands for all-in-one. It's the liquid cooler that we're using to cool our processor. So this thing comes out of the box ready to go. It's already got coolant in it. You don't need to, you'll never add. You won't take the tubes off. Nothing like that. You just grab the set of hardware, like Zach just explained, that matches your motherboard socket, and it's pretty straightforward from there. Pretty much every brand has their own way of mounting it to the board. So you know, that's a little unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Crispy's in the house over on the green side. Hello.
So crispy. This one's pretty cool because it's got a little fan right above the pump. That's kind of the unique thing about this new Fantex AI.
Yeah. Which okay, that's right. It's the new one. So this is not like mine. Mine is the old one. And I imagine that fan on there is also helping extremely well with the heat dissipation.
It does help quite a bit with the cooling.
Yeah. Nice. Let's see here. That's the first cooler bracket I've seen that's had foam on it. What's it supposed to do?
So the foam is 2 little double-sided sticky pads, and that essentially, you don't have to peel the sticky pads off of it, but what it does is it keeps this plastic back plate attached to the motherboard. So if I didn't install those standoffs, like this wouldn't fall off of the motherboard. If you're building inside of a system, sometimes that can be a little bit difficult to manage that back plate.
Yeah, I've had it like fall down in there, and you're like, dang it.
And then it's down in your system somewhere.
But yeah, like you said, it's not necessary, but I might as well use it.
Now, when you're installing an AIO, because they're extremely common when it comes to how we cool our systems, it's important to know what you're doing. There are some key points to it that are very important when you're installing it. Zach, how does that work?
Installing which one now?
The AIO. The steps, the things to keep.
We want to go from not in a circle. We want to go a candy corner. That is going to allow for even pressure to get put onto our processor, so that we don't damage anything on our processor or our motherboard, possibly.
Nice, excellent. And as far as which way the pump, the lines go, which direction the hoses?
That will depend on the case. On the motherboard, ideally most AIOs are set up this way, where our hoses are going to be on our memory modular side, and then installing this in the case. If it sits in the front of the case, it could be this way. If it sits in the top of the case, it could go this way or this way. When we are installing it with our hoses towards the back, we also want to keep in mind about our rear fan back here, and we don't want the fan to possibly rub against those hoses. So that's typically why you'll usually see them faced that way, with the hoses to the front. So for safety and security.
Speaking of security, oh God. You never want to let one fan with one hose. Fans and hose, they just don't go together. In my head, that was a lot funnier. All right. So, now we're getting this all put on. Yes. Are you freaking kidding me? I agree. Don't forget, if you've got questions about things that you are hearing or the terminology that you're just not familiar with, please feel free to ask. There's no such thing as a dumb question. Only absurd answers. All right. Now, Zach is tying up the excess cabling. And that's for the pump, correct?
Correct.
Got it. All righty. Now, take a look at what's next to go in here. We got to make a brain for this thing, and it's going to have to be able to think. And to think, it's going to need memory. That means we've got 32 gig sticks of G-Skill DDR5 6000. Now, these are the Trident Z5s black with RGB. They do have a tendency to just be bright, and I love it. The way that they outline that LED is fantastic. All right, now we're getting that in there. You always want to put your RAM in slots 2 and 4 first, because 1 and 3 just ain't where it at. What you see in Zach's hands right now is the heat sink on the left-hand side, and on the right-hand side is our 1 terabyte Samsung 990 Evo Plus NVMe M.2 for storage, and that's where the operating system's going to go. So Zach, explain to me a little bit about installation of this, and as well about the heatsink importance.
Yes, these things are wicked fast, and they are on generation 5 right now. But what we want to make sure that we do is install it in the topmost one of our motherboard, just like our memory modulars. That's what our manual says where we need to install that. And then with our heat shields, not every motherboard, as we could see, this board does have 3 more spots, but only the topmost one comes with a heat shield. So what we want to do is make sure that our thermal pad has its peeled from it so that it can transfer the heat from our NVMe drive into this heat shield, which will get it up off of the motherboard to help blow it out of the machine.
Ivory says, you want codes? Don't you, Squidward? Oh, Squidward. Okay. So who knows? He's going to keep your eyes open, people. Uncut Chan says, what's the difference between a high-end motherboard and a cheaper one? Good question.
Good question, Uncut Chan. So a high-end board is going to have a lot more features. Typically going to have more M.2 slots, maybe more like USBs, Type-C, stuff like that.
The ability to overclock.
Yeah, the big thing is going to be like overclocking. High-end boards are going to be able to overclock better. There's probably going to be some sort of display for an error code as well, which I really like that. Usually there's like a power button and a BIOS button that can be pretty handy. So it's really just about the features.
Higher-end boards can run faster memories.
Oh, yeah, that too. That's important. I have the SCs, I have the DDR5 6000s, and it's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Well, let's see here. Now, fans. Obviously, we got to talk about fans. We're going to be going with 10 Game-Dius AOLus M2 RGB fans. Now, these are black framed with white rims and the white blades, all of which light up. But one of the things you have to do is figure out which side you're going to put your fans on when it comes to how to cool your radiator. So, Paul, walk us through that.
Yeah, so like you said, typically you're going to have fans on one side of the radiator, so we want them to be pushing air through. You can have them either set up in pushing air or pulling air. The push method is a little bit better at cooling than pulling through, so that's what we like to go for when we can, which is most of the time. So if air will come into this side that you see on the top, push it through the radiator and out the top of the case. Now, if you do have room in your case and room in your budget, you can do fans on both sides and have a push-pull, and that's even more effective. But typically, you just see them on one side.
Smoke is in the house. There you go. I dig it. Now we're getting these all screwed in there. This is looking good. I'm really loving the fan feature on the new Glacier ones.
Yeah, it looks nice. It's got some RGB in there, too, so it'll look good when it's powered on.
Yeah. Yup. Okay. So, chat, who's excited for some upcoming games? Because there's a bunch that are going to be releasing here soon.
What do we got coming out?
Mario Kart Open World!
Oh, shoot.
Is that what it is? Is it Open World?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's like an open world style.
I just saw a little clip for console gaming in 2025. It was just a dude sitting in a chair crying.
That's about right.
Yep. This console's
So-
$500. This game's $70.
Yeah.
See here, we're already down to the 21st, yeah? Damn. Escape Simulator is here. The Elf on the Shelf Christmas Heroes is also came out on the 17th.
What?
Yeah, I know, right? It's hilarious. Today, Jurassic World Evolution 3 releases on PS5, Xbox, and of course PC. You should definitely check that out if you haven't already. Ninja Gaiden 4. I grew up on Ninja Gaiden. That was, or Gaiden, however you want to say it. But that is the fourth installation, and that's also coming out today, along with Painkiller and Vampire: The Masquerade Bloodlines 2. Because why not?
Painkiller a sequel to Max Payne?
I think Painkiller is the sequel to Acetaminophen. I'm kidding. All right.
Man.
Now we've got the case down. One thing to note is that, as I mentioned before, the use of standoffs. Standoffs are also in the case, and that is what Zach is screwing in right now. So, Zach, why is it important to have all your standoffs in the right position?
Yes, so what I just got done installing was our sag bracket standoffs, because we have lots of different types of standoffs inside a computer, but we want to make sure that all of the standoffs to mount our motherboard are correct. If there's an extra one, it could cause some sort of shortages in the backside.
All right. Speaking of things that are on the backside, let's talk about spooky. And your first code of the day is spook-9ja. That's the number 9 followed by Jammer Alpha Alpha. So spook-9JAA.
Whoa.
Love it.
I don't even know where the camera's at back there, so I have no frame of reference to, and I'm not gonna learn.
Yeah, it's just gonna be there. We'll move it around.
It's that
Okay.
Scooby-Doo cam.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I had a puppy cam when I first got the boys home back in 2020, and I moved all the DJ equipment out of the way and set up their little bed right behind me, and there was a top down to watch them because they were still this big. Now that's the size of that's smaller than the size of their head. I'm saying ja in German. Well, believe bites, that is a definite way to do it. Okay, now Tushio's here. Hello. Nate, hello. Do you guys build often? We build every Tuesday and Thursday starting at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 Eastern. On Tuesdays, we are on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. On Thursdays, we're exclusively on TikTok. So you got many different ways of watching. And when we do giveaways, we've got codes. So stick around. Welcome. Good to have you. Okay, now you're seeing the radiator get screwed in there. One thing to note about this case, and unfortunately my head is slightly in the way, but notice how your IO shield is not sitting directly on the back of the system. This is what we call a 2/3 or 3/4 build. Why is that?
That's because our motherboard sits about 2/3 of the way down in the case. And the reason for that is it gives us room in the back. So you can see right here, we've got room for our hard drive bays. Below that, we've got room for our power supply. It gives us a lot of good room for cable management as well.
So how does that affect the, I would say, thermal distribution?
So having your power supply back there, it's going to get its own fresh air in from that side of the case. You can see the hole for it right here. So it's going to get air from this side and then shoot it out the back. That way none of it's in the main body of the case. And really, it just gives it a really clean look.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. As you can see on the bottom right there, there's the filtration screening that is part of what helps keep garbage out of your system. And one thing to note is, among some other models where they've got that base, what was the one that has already has a base on it?
The X2.
There we go, the X2. This one's got 4 little feet, but you got to make sure you keep the area below it clear so you can get airflow. Paul, what are some great suggestions for if you have to actually sit your PC on a carpet?
Yeah, like you said, just keep this area clean. These are designed for this to be our main intake, and we will be having extra intake fans in the side as well. But yeah, just keep this gap clear between the actual feet and the bottom of your chassis here.
Temperance says, yeah, that's the size of their poo. You know, how I feel about crap humor. Okay. Now, we've got this in here. Panels on the back. 3 up top. We're going to have 3 down below as well. So, what you can see right here is the 2 gaps, so space. The one on the bottom is going to be for the power supply. And what's the one on the top do?
The one on the top is for extra storage drives. You can do 2 2.5-inch drives or two 3.5-inch drives.
There you go. Use a couple of fat model PS2s as feet for the PC. They work well.
Before I forget that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Are you meaning the PlayStation 2?
Hey, what?
I loved the PlayStation 2, I'll be very honest. There was just a plethora of games that never ended.
Do you know what a plethora is?
Yes.
Would you say I have a plethora?
Yes.
Si, senor.
Yeah, there was like the Resistance series on the on PlayStation was fantastic, and it had a tie-in game because it spanned between 2 and 3, or second and third, PS2, PS3, and then it was also on PSP. And if you were playing the third game, the PSP, if it's connected to the system, you can play along, but you have a completely different adventure, and your actions affect each other. Speaking of affecting, we're going to affect the sound on this thing, and that is going to be a Sound Blaster Audigy FX version 2 5.1. Now, there's a lot of different reasons that people might be needing a sound card. Sometimes you just want that really pure audio in your system and in your room. Other times it may be involved with audio mastering, any type of recording. So, yeah. Now, you love your creative products? I've had their speakers for years. Yo, right? Yeah. I still have my little tan, they're like shaped like this. They're tan. They were from like the late 90s, I think. They still work insanely well. I think they're actually Harman Kardons.
HKs. Ooh.
Yep.
I like HKs and Polk.
Yeah, I had somebody try and tell me that Bose was better than Harman Kardon, and I thought, yeah, no. And I'll tell you why.
Tell me.
Because I always get Harman Kardon receivers. So the difference between like Bose and that is Bose's auto. Everything's auto. What all the levels are what you are getting. With Harman Kardon, not only it comes with this really long microphone that you plug in. You sit in the center of the room and put it on test mode, and it balances all your speakers out, and then you can adjust and raise and lower. You also have an EQ, so which is fantastic. I know Sony's gotten really, really good about that.
Still not as good as Beats by Dre.
Oh God, please! That basic flatline 20 to 20.
What?
Sorry, I'm not a fan of Beats. The sound is hollow. Headphones need to have a wider range, like getting down to like 10, 12, 13 instead of 20. Get that real deep bass. Alrighty.
Nice. Did you flip that around?
You make this.
Yeah.
It flips around?
Yeah, I flip it around. Okay. I'm going to show you guys a little something.
Let's see this.
Okay, you see this panel back here?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so now our fans are further away from the back.
Okay.
So, if you're building this up yourself, you could stick your radiator in the back side back here and your fans right here. Or, if our rad's on the top, we can do a little 360 flop, and then these go all the way up against the back panel, and so there's not going to be any gap from the back, and this will pull in direct fresh from the back.
Very nice.
That is crazy. I did not know that.
All the cool kids are doing it these days.
So which way are you going to be installing it?
The close to the wall side.
Got it. Perfect. Sounds good. Paul, let's see here. Paul mentions, hey, Three Amigos reference for the win. Yes, I have.
Oh, yeah.
I have that movie on VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, and a digital copy because it's one of my favorite movies from childhood. It is a perfect example of slapstick comedy done right. Three Amigos.
Three Amigos.
Oh.
We are the Three Amigos. Oh. Is El Guapo. What's infamous? He's so famous, he's infamous. He's infamous. So he's in. I was Chevy Chase. Oh my God, Chevy Chase, Martin Short, Steve Martin, and it's classic. And there's a ton of Saturday Night Live people in it. So yeah. As far as, let's see here, so who said something about the Wii? And is it an it is, yes, it's an 011 Evo X in black. Let's see here. Somebody
We
said they
also
wanted a
have this in
Wii.
white.
Yep, they do have it in white.
Or Oracle build if you want an Oracle build. Or we could invert this case too. We can do a lot of things here.
Ben Shishon mentioned that he always wanted a Wii. I'll be honest. That is the first time I threw out my shoulder.
Wii bowling. That was the most fun.
You know?
Well, I did. Well, between that and the Kinect, because I had the Xbox Kinect, and I liked boxing in it. The problem is, I kept getting closer and closer and closer, and I needed to step back. But man, if you hit really hard and don't have the right frame or form, you're sore the next day. Same thing with bowling, though, is fun. That was one of my favorite things that was a bowling. Yeah.
Mike Tyson knockout.
Right? Ben Susan says that's what boxing is like. Yeah. And I try and not go in getting into fights. Let's see here. So you have a plethora of versions of the Three Amigos. Yes. See. Wii bowling was fun for sure. So you have all three major revisions of the PS2: the original fat version with the iLink, the second fat with the infrared receiver, and the slim mode. The only one I don't have is the Sony TV with the PS2 in the base. What? That's a thing? Cool. Didn't even know that was a thing. Yep, I was at GameStop, like frequent at GameStop, because I would play the game and then trade it in and get another one. It was like the library. And Antibiotic is in the house.
I remember that, man. Go to Dylan's and
Yep, just go to the grocery
the
store.
little metal detector thing. Oh man, writing those VHS tapes.
Ooh.
Yep. Blockbuster. Gone are the days of waiting in line at midnight
Rewind
for all of your game releases.
Did you
Girl in
guys
Pink.
ever watch any of the Ernest movies? Like Ernest?
No,
Like
I know
Ernest
you're
P.
talking
Worrell?
about, but not really.
Yes.
I think I saw like a Christmas one, maybe.
Okay, I'd never watched those because I thought those were scary type movies. I didn't realize
Oh,
they were
Jesus.
funny movies. I kind of want to watch them now.
Ernest buys a chicken.
Yeah.
Creepy.
Jim Varney.
Yeah.
He was hilarious in that time. Xeon Media says PlayStation or gaming computer? Gaming computer. Hands down.
PCMCR.
Yep. And this is coming from, I have played on PlayStation, Xbox, PSP, Steam Deck,
Atari.
and actually Atari, Commodore.
The 2600.
Well, and then there was GameCube, Dreamcast, all the different NES systems.
Chess and
But-
checkers.
Yeah. And I will say, without a doubt, PC is the way to go. And it is, in my opinion, you have a wider range of options and customability, and as opposed to console. For me, it's a lot of it has to do with the input. Once I started playing on keyboard and mouse, I had never played on keyboard and mouse. I was a controller only guy. In fact, I still have my controller sitting right here. and oh yeah, by the way, I have the one with the keyboard in it. Love this one. So, but I play so much better on keyboard and mouse that I realized I have to, I'm sticking with it. So, what are we building today? Is it a commission build? It is. This is for our friend Lonnie in Colorado. You got yours with the keyboard in it too? Yes. Well, because typing on the Xbox interface was mind-numbingly painful. Whereas this, I could just type a message out real quick and send. Yeah, it made life a lot easier.
We got an Xbox 360 in here, Winter. Right. Right there.
There we go. I know where my Xbox 360 is. It is at my mom's place. I really did try to get her to start gaming. It just did not, was not her thing. She was always pushing forward, so she'd either look straight up or look straight down. I'm like, wait, what? Stop.
Wow.
Let's see here. Sony, I think, is the only one that has a good keyboard, and that's because you can use the touchpad. Oh, yeah, I will say the Sony controllers were cool. They're cool with a little touchpad in the middle. I think that's actually beneficial, in my personal opinion. Another thing that's beneficial is making sure that you are organized when you are doing and performing your cable management. So there's two parts to the cable management situation. You've got your case cables, and then you've got your component cables. So what's the difference between the two, and how do you, what is the different approach for each of those when it comes to cable management?
So your case cables are your power button, reset button, USB ports, headset, all that stuff. So when we're talking about case cables, that's what we are referring to. So that gets all those plugged in and managed before we install any fans. And then once those are done and out of the way, we move on to our fan cables, which are all these that you see here. Most fans, each one of them has a power cable. We got 10 fans in here, so 10 cables. They're all going to get plugged into this box. That's what Zach's working on right now. And then once those are managed, then we'll move on to our power supply, and we'll do all these cables, and then we're done.
Nice. Now, Zach has a very, very unique way of hooking up these fans, and that's what he's doing right now. So, can you explain that the concept?
Yeah. Can I get the side shot, Jason? Perfect. All right. So I like starting with this fan right here. This fan is a base fan in any build, whether you have fans up here, there, fans not down here, only one down here. If there's a power supply down here, there's typically an exhaust fan. So I like starting with this fan. I plug that in on
there we go.
On my hub, and I'll plug that into fan 1, and then I just go around the controller. And so fan 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And do that for if you've got 4 fans, 5 fans, 7 fans, 10 fans, however many fans. It just makes it a lot easier to oh, this one's spinning but not glowing. Well, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go back here to the controller. Oh yeah, fan 7 is halfway plugged in, fully plug it in, and it's going again. So that's an easy way to just know what fans are where, so you don't have to undo a whole bunch of cable management that you've already tied up.
Yes. Tempest mentions Sony is the... Oh, yeah. No, I already got that one. Scrolling back down now. Going back about creative, I actually used the keyboard they made for a limited time. Oh, my God. That was a while ago. So, Temperance mentions the fun... Okay, this is going to be interesting. The fun fact about SCART. SCART, which is... I don't know what it means. Even though it was mainly a European thing, you can still play NTSC. Oh, it's a video format. NTSC games through SCART on a PAL TV with no issues, from what I remember, since SCART can do both 50 and 60 hertz, and will display in full speed and color, said one commenter. Well, there's a lot of terms that I'm going to be very honest. I think I've known, but I have thoroughly forgotten because I don't think it still matters, but yeah. Depends on the decoder you use. You get fuzzy images or black and white if you got an image at all. Depends on ends. Got it. Okay. Did you see the NVIDIA desktop app offered Adobe Creative Cloud subscriptions for 2 months? Or am I tripping? I have an opinion because I used to work for Adobe, and it used to be great. You bought the software and you used it, you got support. Now you have to lease the software, which is absolutely infuriating because you end up paying so much money to them as opposed to if you just bought the software outright. See, look, these guys are even pissed about it.
Not a fan of subscriptions.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Serato DVS, yeah, clean bites. So I use both engine for my Denons and Serato. Luckily, I grandfathered in, and I don't have to have a subscription for it. It's the time before HDMI, yes. SCART is a connector for video, just like NTSC, but they are different connectors. Got it. We can't own houses anymore either, right? I mean, you're making bank. Okay. I really do like the amount of space that's in the back of this, as you can see right here, because it gives you some room to actually manage your cables. And inside this case, as you can see, there's even Velcro in the back, which is fantastic. Cases have come a long ways. They've come a really long way.
Yeah, they really have. So much extra stuff is just like built in there for you.
Yeah. Cloud houses. Well, I mean, you can get a house in the clouds, but that's a real big journey. C-Scan. There we go. Got it. Yeah, North America and part of the north side of Southern America is all NTSC, which is what we use. I mean, it used to be you could if you got a DVD from overseas, you couldn't play it in your DVD player unless it was NTSC.
I've got
all
one.
Right, Seekus, you have one.
I bought a movie off of Amazon, and I wanted the physical disc. For some reason, I forgot that I ordered it, and it didn't come for like 2 months. And then when it came, I was like, how does it take this long for Amazon to get me something? I go open up the package, and everything is in German. I'm like, sounds about right. Sounds about right.
Explains why it took so long.
Yep. Speaking of things that are long,
whoa,
let's talk about this Zotac 5070 Ti. Now, this is going to be right in between the 5070 and the 5080. Walk me through what... oh, dear Lord, we got a code! It's time for a code! It is going to be hello, as in Halloween, HALLO-SPKY. Sparky, without the R or the A. Sierra Papa Kilo Yankee. That is going to be HALLO-SPKY. All right, and those are worth, I believe, 100 extra entries, which is fantastic. Spooks are worth 200. Ghosts are worth 50. You never want to miss it. Now, the cool thing about Zotac cards is I think they're really well designed. They always feel very solid. They also come with a lot of plastic, so make sure you pull your plastic stuff off so it doesn't melt, because that's gonna smell terrible. So, Paul, you got this thing in your hands. How does it feel?
It's pretty. I wouldn't say heavy, but I wouldn't say light. Somewhere in the middle. Probably wouldn't need an anti-sag bracket if you were building at home, but we have one, so we're definitely going to use one. And since we're shipping the PC, but yeah, I really like these Zotac cards. It's obviously a triple fan model. I like kind of the brass and kind of brushed metal look here. I think it looks nice. We got 3 display ports, 1 HDMI coming out at the top.
Nice. Yeah, it looks solid. Looks great. I love the back plate. And I think it's great that they've started, that back plates are now a thing, because that's the side that's facing up in the system.
That's the side you're going to see.
Yep. I always, for some reason, thought that the fans would be up, and then I realized that's the dumbest thing ever. Did you miss a ghost code? Not that I am aware of. Got 2 codes given out today so far. Girl in pink. Hello. Code. So much code, so much wow. As for features on this specific case, what do we have for connections?
On this case, we've got a couple of USB 3.0s on the bottom, a Type-C, and then a headset and mic port as well.
Gotcha. Nicely done. Zach is diligently wiring those up. Let's see. Cosmos mentions, I got lucky with my old graphics card as I forgot to take the plastic off and use it that way for 4 years before you noticed them. Wow.
Shame. You're
Thankfully,
losing
nothing
out on
burnt.
so
Yeah.
many frames.
Ben Chushan says, that's why I buy vinyls now. No one's can take them from me. Yep. I think I've told this story before. I think this was in 2001, 2002, right around there. It was in 2003. I got hit by a Suburban that spun my car, and when he hit the passenger side, broke my crates because I had all my music in it, broke my crates and slammed them into the other door as my car spins like this and slams into the front of the state trooper that's in the intersection. And I had one piece of vinyl that didn't break. Everything else was shattered. So that's when I went, I'm going to CD, and I'm going to copy all my CDs so that I have and I will only take the copied version to put in the CDJs because I was not risk losing the originals. And then digital came. So, yeah.
What was the one vinyl that survived?
Alanis Morissette.
Yeah.
Jagged Little Pill.
It was Alice DJ. Shoot. That's not the name of the song. Alice DJ.
Shout, let it all out.
Yes, there we go.
Okay.
The NSYNC vinyl.
Oh, Better Off Alone. There we go. It was the Better Off Alone vinyl, and the B-side was great. The only vinyl that survived was NSYNC. No. But yeah, so that's what happened. And so I went CDs, and then when I took my little momentary break and came back, I upgraded to digital only. Okay, now Zach's getting everything finalized. Up next, we've got our video card, graphics guide. Let's see here. Is a 9070 RX any good? Asks Jesse Gaming.
Yeah, if you're referring to the RX 9070 XT, yes, it is good.
So is RX different than XT?
The RX is just in the front of the 9070 on the model number.
Oh, got it. Okay. Yeah, and Antibiotics got a good point. It says, it depends on your budget and your use case. For example, do you know what resolution you want to be running everything in and what kind of frames per second that you're looking for? That's always an important element to consider. It's mainly for gaming? Nice. Gaming and probably streaming? Okay, well then, yeah. If you're streaming and gaming on the same machine, you want to make sure you've got a little extra room on that card. But the upside is, even with the encoding, the streaming doesn't take up a whole lot of processing. All right, now we're going to drop that in. Now this is a two slotter, an actual two slotter on the card.
Yep.
Oftentimes we'll see two slotters that just go a little bit further down. So it's like a 2.5. Antibiotic says, I'll suggest you get a RX 9070 XT or go to NVIDIA's side if it's within your budget. Let's see here. I'm still at 1080p here, shamefully. Listen, everybody's got that thing they like. I mean, my streaming stuff is all 1080p. But also that's because it's if I tried to go any higher, this computer would lose its mind. I had this. I've started having the bug where when I restart it goes black screen. You get all the way up to where the entry is, and you hit click to log in, and it's just black screen and your mouse and nothing. Now the keyboard doesn't work. Nothing. Just the mouse. So if I restart it enough times, it eventually kicks in. Let's see here. Jesse Gaming says, well, I'm mainly upgrading the CPU and the GPU and going to have to upgrade the PSU and a bigger case pretty much, but going to transfer my current motherboard. I mean, that's what I did with this one. With my streaming PC. I took the motherboard from my original PC and used it. No, I took the hard drives. The motherboard was new. But yeah, I took all the hard drives. So, as we're getting through here, this is looking good. Got a white, gray, and black motif, which I think is great. I do love that you got the little wings on there. That's hilarious. All right, look at that. Fantastic. You know what else is fantastic? What I'm about to show you. Well, the boys put this together. I'm going to take you on a little journey, and it's called going to our website to see how you can get your hands on a CLX Gaming PC. Maybe. Finger guns.
Jason?
Or not. We can also skip it. It's fine. For all your gaming needs, head on over to clxgaming.com and see what we can do for you. There we go.
Alrighty.
Now, look at that. They got to put together. I'm excited to see how bright this is because we got 10 fans inside this case. And it's going to look wicked.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it.
Boom.
Oh, wow.
Is bright.
That is bright and aggressive, and I like it. I'm here for it. That is freaking awesome. Also, something to note, if you notice that on the very bottom of the case, there's an LED light that runs all the way around, and you can change how that works too. That is just, oh, see, that's the mode I want to have. I don't have that mode. For the controller. I've never been able to find it. So, there we go. So that's it. That is for Lonnie in Colorado, and that is going to be fantastic. But we do have one ghost. It's a ghost C4C4. Charlie 4. That is your final code over here right now for this time. The back fan looks opposite from the rest. Oh. So, one thing you're doing after show, yes?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So, this show, in just a few minutes, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, you're going to get to spend the afternoon with Zach as he continues building another amazing machine. This show happens every Tuesday and Thursday starting at 11 a.m. Pacific. That's 2 Eastern. On Tuesdays, we're exclusively on Twitch, Kick, and YouTube. On Thursdays, we're exclusively on TikTok. You don't want to miss those shows. And they're always same time, every time. So, for more codes and for keeping up with all the latest and greatest at CLX Gaming, head on over to our socials. That's YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and Threads at CLX Gaming. You can also jump into our Discord with a bunch of other like-minded gaming and PC enthusiasts, and that is at discord.gg/CLX Gaming. And you can also find codes on my channel, and I will be giving 2 away today. So, with that being said, on behalf of Kyle,
Put him in timeout.
Yeah.
you're telling me the last code for today is a ghost? Caca?
We got it out loud.
C4.
Clip it.
Oh my God.
Clip it.
All right. So, on behalf of Kyle and Jason in production, Paul and Zach, I'm DJ Blue PDX. Stick around. We got more coming up after the break. We'll be right back.
Bye-bye.
Bye.